been a while since we've seen Twinbee. The original game was released in 1986 at the height of the Famicom boom, and it was one of the better games on the Famicom up to that point. 3 years later, and shoot-'em-ups aren't nearly as popular on the Famicom. Development on those has migrated to other, more powerful platforms. But we get our second Twinbee game, Twinbee 3 Poco Poco Daimao. That subtitle means something like Gurgling Great Devil. So where's Twinbee 2? Well, that gets a little bit complicated. I am going to talk about that second Twinbee game eventually. Very eventually. It was originally a disk system game, which is why I passed over it. The original Twinbee got a disk system release too, though. Twinbee 3 was not an arcade game, it's a Famicom original. And the story here is that Winbee, the third Bee sibling, has been kidnapped, which is why there's no longer a 3-player mode. There's 5 stages in Twinbee 3, and they're solely played from an overhead view. The B button fires the aerial gun, while the A button drops a bomb. One thing to be aware of about the bomb is that you have to have arms to throw it. When you're hit on the side, you lose that arm. Lose both of them, and you can't throw a bomb anymore. However, if you do lose both of your arms, an ambulance comes in, and if you collect it, you get them back. The rest of the power-ups work in the same manner as they did in the previous Twinbee games. Shoot a cloud and a bell pops out. Every time you shoot the bell, it bounces up. And as you're shooting the bell, it can rotate through a few different colors. Golden bells are just points, though the points increase as you collect consecutive bells. Blue bells increase your speed. You start at speed 1, and you can increase it to speed 7. Honestly, I found speed 2 or 3 to be the optimal spot. That said, you're probably going to wind up going too fast. The reason for that is blue's the first color, and it's pretty easy to collide with a blue bell as you're dodging an enemy. The white bell gives you double bullets. That's okay, but the red bell gives you a laser, and when you have the laser, the white bell doesn't downgrade you. So you might as well just skip the white bell. The flashing red and blue bell makes ships trail behind you. That increases your firepower quite a bit. And finally, there's the absolute most important bell of them all. The white and blue flashing bell. That gives you a force field that can absorb an absolutely absurd number of hits. And that really makes the optimal strategy in Twinbee 3 to be get the shield, and then keep collecting the shield again. Unless you're doing really poorly, you're going to get another shield before you run out of the first one. If you get shot down, you can collect your spirit as it goes off the stage to recover all of your power-ups. That includes the speed though, so it might be worth it to let it go. One other tip for the bells: don't obsess over them. While you need to keep them bouncing, especially to collect the shield, it's far more important that you keep dodging enemy attacks. Being able to juggle the bells while avoiding getting hit is the core of Twinbee. You'll also find some items left behind by the ground enemies. Fruits and money will just give you points, while collecting Dr. Cinnamon's face, he's the creator of the robots you're playing as, will send you to a bonus stage after you complete your current level. The bonus stage just consists of clouds and bells to collect. The question mark will destroy all enemies on the screen, and the candy will turn your gun into a 3-way shot. It'll do that even if you already have a laser, too. Between the 3-way shot and the laser, I think I prefer the laser for fighting bosses with, but there's nothing really wrong with the 3-way shot either. Collecting a match will cause a fiery bell to pop out of a cloud, and that'll make you invincible for a while. Finally, locating a milk bottle will grant you an extra life. Similar to the first game on the Famicom, you can play 2 players simultaneous here. And when playing that way, you can join hands to be able to have super attacks. You can also fly in formation to give yourself a shield. So there's something important you need to know about Twinbee 3. It is super easy. Now in fairness, I've played and beaten this game before, but I really wouldn't call myself a master at it. So today while I was recording, I had about 10 minutes of warm-up as I got used to the controls again, and then I proceeded to beat the game without losing a life. The shield is just way too powerful in the game, and basically I rode that thing for the entire time. I think after I gained the shield, the only time I didn't have it was at the final boss. Now that said, I was playing with the default settings, and one of the really great features of Twinbee 3 is that it's easily customizable. From the main menu, you can go to the settings screen, and here you can choose the difficulty level, which essentially puts the game at the second loop, tell it how many lives you want to start with, select the order that you'll do the stages in, and choose if the first player will be Twinbee or Winbee. That actually makes a difference because Winbee is the easier mode. She fires faster and her shield is more durable, though I beat the game using Twinbee. Now before today, I'd call Twinbee 3 one of my favorite Famicom shoot-em-ups. Visually it's nice, and it was always a chill game to play with. But now I've got a bit more context. And not just the 526 games that came before it. But between the difficulty and how sparse the levels wind up feeling, my feeling is more good, but not fantastic. In fact, I think I prefer the original Twinbee over this. It might not look as nice or have all the cute features, but I think it struck a better balance with the challenge. Still, Twinbee 3 is a pretty chill shoot 'em up.